PT Pop here, all four lobes of my brain securely bound behind my back. And today I want to talk with you about if you're just calling into a call center and you've never worked at one and you're calling in about your electric bill or your water bill, I want to talk with you about how to prepare before you pick up the phone and call somebody in a call center. Stay tuned. Okay, so you come home from a long day at work and you've got to call your bank about an errant charge on your bank statement. Or you're calling your electric company because your bill went up and you don't know why and you want to call. So you want to just rush home, throw down your briefcase, your purse, and then you want to call and rip a new one into the customer service rep that answers the phone. The first person to answer the phone, you're ready to tear into them. Stop before you do that. Stop. Collect your thoughts. Take a deep breath. Get it, a snifter of brandy or something, and get yourself together before you call into a call center. You've got to get yourself together. You've got to just kind of pull your thoughts together before you call. Now, once you've done that, you've collected your thoughts and your emotions, and you're not a raving, seething, drooling, frothing at the mouth lunatic. These are the things you need to have in your possession before you pick up the phone and call one of us. First of all, you have to have your account information with you. That means your bank account number. You have to have your account number, your utility bill number, whatever it is, water bill or your electric bill. Have the account number with you. Make sure you have your social security number with you. Make sure you know your driver's license number. Have your driver's license with you. Have your bank account number with you. Have your social security number. You'd be surprised how many people in this world still don't know their social security numbers. You've got to know your social security number. I just did a hill jack thing. I just drove the wrong way down the street. So, you've got to have all your stuff together. Make sure you have it all right in front of you, and make sure you have a pen and a paper if that's what you take notes with. If you take notes on your computer or on your laptop, unlike the Notepad, the digital Notepad, make sure you're logged into your computer ahead of time. Okay? Make sure you're logged into your computer, you have your digital Notepad up, and you're ready to type whatever the rep tells you. If you're not logged into your account yet, if you do have an online account with your electric company or your bank, whatever happens to be, make sure you're logged into it before you call. Do all of this before you call. Do it all before you call. You know how you're supposed to dig before you call? Think before you call, I think is what it should be. Before you call in a call center, think before you call. You've got to get your shit together before you call a new call center. Okay, another thing you got to consider is that once you have called into the call center, make sure, before you even dial the phone, make sure you know why you're calling, okay? Now, I've done this. I'll call into a call center, and I think I know why I'm calling, and then the rep comes on the phone and says, "Hi, this is Sally Schmally. May I have your account number, please?" I give the account number, and they're like, "Okay, how can I help you, sir?" I'm like, oh, you'd be surprised how many people call and they don't remember why they're calling. Even write it down on your notepad as to why you're calling, because I've forgotten. I'll call and I completely forget. Make sure you have thought out what you want to say and how you want to say it clearly and concisely before you waste anybody's time. You have to do this because it's going to save everybody time. It's going to save you time. It's going to save the call center rep time, and the call center reps that you're calling, they're held to a very strict guidelines they have to live by. They can talk usually for no more than 7 minutes per call. 7 minutes. I mean, I can't even take a dump in 7 minutes. I don't know how they expect these people to answer a question clearly and concisely after just 2 weeks of training, but you've got to consider it because they've got to get on and off the phone as quickly as possible. So make sure you sit down and you write out on a notepad, either digital or paper notepad that says this is why I'm calling, and have your thoughts organized, because we don't need to have you call in with this long, winding, windy, arduous, torturous, muddy story about how you got out of bed and you tripped over the dog and you got a boo-boo on your knee and your wife's mad at you and you didn't get laid last night, and oh God, it goes on and on and on, these people. And I think the fifth and one of the most important things is do not call while you're in your car and you can't access any of this information. Number one, it's dangerous to try to look it up while you're on your cell phone. But don't call from your car. Don't, because you're not going to remember your account numbers unless you have them mesmerized. I got my account numbers mesmerized. You're not going to know. You're not going to be able to keep your focus on the call, because you should be focusing on driving, like I should be right now, driving the wrong way down the street. I would say the sixth thing is try to keep your head about you. Try not to get mad at these people that you call, because they're really not trying to give you a hard time. I guarantee you that 90% of the call center people you talk to will only work there for a couple of days or a couple of months with very, 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 very minimal training. They've been thrown on the phones, literally thrown to the lions with no guidance or support once they're on the phones, and they're trying their best to answer your questions. Most people don't have the training or the skills to know how to handle a call, and they leave it up to these reps to figure it out for themselves. So if you start getting angry, try to take a deep breath and say, hey, I gotta let this go. There's no point in getting mad at anyone, and especially if you call into these call centers in like the Philippines or India. These people aren't trying to rip you off, and they didn't take your job. They didn't take American jobs. American companies took our jobs. They're just doing the job that the Indian or the Filipino company took, because some American CEO said, you know what, we got to cut costs, so we're going to offshore all this. And if you should be mad at anybody, it's the big companies that offshore everything. You should set up protests outside these companies and say, stop sending these jobs to the Philippines or India. But it's not the Indian's fault, or the Filipino. Where did I get Palestinian from? There may be call centers in Palestine. Maybe they have call centers for the PLO, but I don't think they're an organization anymore. So there you have it. How to prepare yourself for a call when you call into a call center. Make sure you do it, otherwise the call center mafia will come and get you in the middle of the night, and they'll call you and they'll call you. I think that's what telemarketers are. I think they're really call center mafia. I've been a telemarketer too. That's just a real treat of a job. I've done it. I've done it all, my friends. I haven't done collections yet. That's probably my next thing. I'll do collections. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye.